Hey guys, it's Mew2king, and as you guys know, Sora just got announced from Kingdom Hearts into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I'm going to be finishing that on my Twitch. No, but for real though, I've been analyzing his moves frame by frame to get the approximate frame data of each move to get a rough idea of like how fast things are and just getting all types of data from like watching this type of stuff. So I've been doing that for the past 2 hours, and I'm pretty experienced with analysis and theorycraft and stuff. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the frame data theorycraft, how good I think moves are, what they can be used in different types of situations, based on what I've seen thus far. So with that said, I'm going to get right into it, but before I do, please take 2 seconds of your time to click subscribe and click the bell icon to stay notified of more future content. Okay, with that said, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to talk about all his moves in the order he shows them from like 42 minutes to like the hour mark, which is where Sakurai finished the battle with Cloud Sephiroth. So it's about the 8 to 18 minutes of this. So I'm going to go over my thoughts on each thing and the frame data to the best of my memory from what I've tested. So yeah. So I'm going to start off with the normal attacks right when he starts showing them. I'm going to go over each one. So right there, that's his normal attack. As you can see right here, this is actually a frame 6 overhead. Frame 6 overhead move. And so it's pretty fast and it very clear anti-airs. Look, Mario's way above. This could be really good as an anti-air. This might also be good at the ledge because at top level, a lot of people like to do ledge jump. So being able to hit someone with that could also potentially be good. And it might also hit ledge, we'll have to see. But yeah, that's the data on that move. And you could either do 1 slash or you can combo it into 3 by mashing the A button or holding it. And as Sakurai said right here, if you go back a sec, he's talking about his attacks being slow, although 6 isn't really that slow. But right here, Sakurai is basically suggesting that the moves actually, the timing window for the attacks is longer. I think he's suggesting that they linger for a bit, like they're active for a while. I can't be 100% sure, but that's a possibility. You can't really test the lingering hitboxes until later on, though. Well, I won't be able to test it until later on. So right here, he's basically saying if you repeatedly mash the button or hold the button, so mashing A or holding A, some moves will be a 3-hit combo. So it could be 1 slash or 2 slashes or 3 slashes for a few moves. I believe those moves are your jab, your forward tilts, your forward air, and your neutral air. Those are the 4 moves that could be anywhere from like 1 to 3 hits each. And the moves seem pretty similar. It usually seems like the second slash is like a frame 6 or so underhead hit. And then the next slash is a frame like 8 or 9 overhead hits. It seemed pretty consistent. It seemed like it comboed really well. They probably did a lot of play testing to make sure it was consistent. And he's going to talk about what I just said over here. The nair, the forward tilts, the jab, and the forward air. And the forward tilt, as you can see, it's pretty similar. So let's look at the jab and F tilt again, just to see. But well, it's a little different because this is like a stab. But it all combos, so the other slashes don't matter quite as much in this sense. Because once you land this, it's kind of like a cutscene. Like you're basically just gonna get that. And this is a forward air attack. No, sorry. This is the neutral air attack. That's where you start for spin. It seems to be around frame 7 or so from overhead, give or take. And then it's pretty nice. Because look at this. The total time isn't very much. Right here. See this spin? It actually starts. It seems to start from up here, if that's a hitbox. Otherwise, it's this. And then it spins around, but then Sora can act right after. You can either hit them and then do the combo. I haven't seen it hit on shield yet, so I'm not sure. But so you could do that, and it's kind of safe. Kind of reminds me of like Bayonetta's forward air in the air. And I think his nair is gonna be really good. Both his nair and fair come out overhead. Nair seems to be about frame 7 overhead. Forward air is about frame 10, but forward air seems to hit a little better for an edge guard, whereas nair is just kind of like a move that's good in any situation. The low total time of the move suggests that it's very versatile and can handle almost any situation. I think his nair is going to be really good because of just these reasons. And there he's showing the forward air and how it combos. Speed of neutral attack is fast, low attack power, of course, the jab. And this is the forward tilt. So he's showing the 3-hit combo. He's probably going to show the regular hit next. No, not yet, but he'll show it next. So Sakurai's going to show a lot of forward tilts. Here, right there, he showed it. So this is a frame 13 forward tilt. By comparison, to give you an idea, Sephiroth's F tilt is frame 14 through 16. So Sora seems to be at 13. And if you actually look at it, it seems like it most likely lingers for a bit. This is 13. And that when he gets blasted away, it looks like there's different animations here. Like, see the sword? It seems like the sword's out for a bit. So the sword seems to be out for a few frames, most likely. We'll have to see when the game comes out, but it seems like it's active for at least a few frames, which means it might be good at catching lead stand. And also, look at this angle. It seems like it has a decent combination of a good angle of the power. That could be useful for, like, catching a lead stand, because if you can, like, catch a lead stand, or if you're just going to read a jump, you could space that in the way that Sephiroth would space it. You won't be able to cover roll as well, so it's not quite as good in that way. But it has decent power, and then Sora, as you may or may not know, has great edge guarding, which I'll talk about later, which you could lead that F-tilt into edge guards. And that forward air, let's look at the forward air again. I think the forward air would be really useful as an overhead hit. See this? This is the forward air. That's the first frame it comes, and it's an overhead slash, and basically you get all that combo for it. And it sends it a nice angle, too. Let's watch one more time. Easy overhead, and it sends it a nice angle. Sora has so many ways to edge guard. I'm pretty excited about that part. And he bounces up. When he hits you, watch. See, he's short hopping, but then when he hits you, it's a bounce. Watch. This is a short hop, fair, but oh, I connected, so I get a combo. Pretty interesting. But if you short hop and mash the button 3 times, you can't get it. The nair, as you can see, the nair is like no lag. Full hop, triple hit, but short hop, triple hit does not work unless it hits the opponents. So make sure you're going to hit the opponent if you're going to do the short hop, triple hit. I wonder how much hit stun it's going to be. I really wonder how the viability of, like, stopping before the third hit's going to be. I wonder what types of mix-ups there's going to be, like 2 hits and then grab or something. Like, I wonder how good these things are going to be in practice. Because you can see here that Jigglypuff can clearly shield. So it's nothing more than somebody trying to block the third hit. But I wonder, are people just going to, like, take the third hit? Like, is it better just to assume he's going to do the third hit and just mash in case the mix-up happens? Would that be the competitive meta? If you're fighting a Sora, you don't want to deal with the third hit? Because your fate is sealed if he just mashes the combo anyway, you know? So here he's trying to do 1 and 2 hits on Bowser. So let's watch. 1 and 2 hits, he's trying to show, like, a mix-up. So it seems Bowser's probably still in stun right now, but no, Bowser's already out of stun now, so this part is not true. So it's just nothing but mix-ups, basically. And yeah, you can stop it at a single hit. For example, he's going to show, I think, F-tilt, a side tilt. So that's if I think you hold it or mash it, then it does the 1, 2, 3, or the 1, 2. Instead of hitting them away like it showed earlier. Yeah, that's hitting at, like, see, it's a really nice angle there. Side's pretty far. You can't really see the percentage, though. But the angle itself is definitely nice. That's one of the reasons why I think it'll be super good at the ledge. One of the many reasons. This up tilt attack seems to start around frame 8, and it lingers for, it seems like it lingers for well over 20 frames. So this move lingers for quite a bit, scooping up from the ground. So that move is going to be quite good for anti-airing. See, as you can see here, it doesn't look like it appears here, but look right here, it'll scoop early. If you see here, it actually scoops him a little bit early. See, look, this is kind of goofy. Look at what Sora's doing. They're getting hit right here. Sora, look at Sora's animation. He's not even doing anything for the Keyblade yet they're still getting scooped up. Look, you get launched by magic. Now's the actual attack, but they just got launched up by magical power. And that's the up air. I'll talk. This up air, by the way, is a frame 10 up air. Let's check this up air out. So this is a frame 10 up air, and I think this move's gonna be really good. It kind of reminds me of, like, the melee Marth up air, but, like, you know, slower and weaker. Like a slower, weaker melee Marth up air, but that's still good because it's gonna have like probably good auto canceling, good for frame traps. I actually really like up airs like this, like the Power Mithra up air, the Brawl Mandate up air, the Melee Marth up air. It's just like a worse version of that, but it most likely has a really good auto cancel window. And the up B, I can't tell. It looks like the area version of the up B starts on 9. I don't know if the ground does too. Didn't really get to see the ground one hit, but there was a situation it looked like the area one was 9, but not enough data yet. And then the down tilt is like a frame 8 scoop. It's kind of similar to, like, Korin or Byleth or Pyra. Kind of similar to those, where they just go for that into, like, an up tilt combo or up smash combo. I don't know if up smash combos, though. Like this, and then just for a second hit. It's pretty standard for the sword fighters to have moves like this. The down tilt scoop them up into the up hit. They did that with Byleth and a lot of the characters. Korin, I think. Yeah. And that's the side smash. Couldn't tell the exact speed. Let's just say around frame 14 or 15, give or take a bit. Pretty standard. Don't know how long it lingers. I think he suggests that his moves lingers for a while, which could be pretty good. If you're really fast, you might be able to catch stand up with that. But yeah, it's just the base. It's a basic kill move. And the up smash, it actually scoops up quite a bit before this. So it acts kind of like how the up tilt magically scooped him from over here. The up smash also scoops them from the ground several frames before this. This seems to come around 15 or so, but it starts scooping them around frame 11. That's only like 1 frame slower than, say, a Joker up smash. So I think that could still be real useful out of shield. Let's say you're fighting like a Zero Suit Samus, and a Zero Suit Samus is going to do her little short hop fair thing that she always does, right? So you can block it, and then when they cross you up, you do up smash out of shield. Also, since it lingers for a while, it could probably be good to catch ledge stands as well. Or if you block a laggy move like a dash attack from the opponent or something, you could block an up smash. And the move lingers for quite a while, even if they're above you. So I think this move is going to be have quite a bit of utility. Seems like a solid attack. And it's going to show it has ridiculous range. So look at this. Still hit over there. Look at this. It hits everywhere. That's pretty good. It's really good. I don't know if that combos, though. I'm not sure about that one. Can't tell yet. And there might be a specific situation in certain matches where it does. This move, I have mixed feelings on this. This is slower than... This is like 20-something frames, like 23 or something. It's like pretty slow. I guess if you think they're not going to ledge jump, or they're going to do a low-profile move, he's saying to use it to evade low-profile moves, and obviously, that could be a thing. Oh, they're going to do a low move, and you jump over it with that. It could also maybe be good for ledge trapping. Of course, it doesn't cover jump, but it can possibly be good against the other options. So something like that. I have mixed feelings on it. And the shockwave, that could always carry maybe if you miss space, but a shockwave hits him. Yeah, he's showing that example. So I guess it's good that it covers a lot of stuff except jump. If you discourage jump and then later you discourage the opponent from jumping, then you could start using that later. And the back air attack, it's probably like I forget the speed. It's like probably like 13 or so, like 12 or 13 or 14 or something. And it's pretty much the standard laggy back air. Pretty much the standard back air that they always do. They did that with Hero and like every character, where they make the back air laggier, but then and slower, but also having higher KO power. I think it's 12 or 13, yeah. What you see is what you get. It's pretty straightforward. Now this move I think is really good. This frame 10 up air, very solid move. I really think this is going to be good for frame trapping. However, it really depends on the auto cancel window. If I'm expecting it to have a good auto cancel window, kind of like how Pyromithra's up air had a good auto cancel window. I'm expecting that you could do like up air then fast fall, and then have it auto cancel with only 4 frames landing lag, and then you'd be able to frame trap. If that is the case, that could be an extremely good tool. So if this has a nice auto cancel window, I think this would be a really good tool, and I'm expecting it to. This move, I couldn't tell the exact speed. It looked like slower than the other moves, maybe like frame 14 or so. It's interesting because it's like you stall in the air, and usually moves like that are like, okay, like a Ridley downer or something, or like Sephiroth downer, or Bowser or something. It's like you stall first, then go down, see, and then you go down. But there's another use for it as well. You could use it for edge guarding, but then he can recover just like Bayonetta, where you can use like the double jump and then the up B and the side Bs and stuff. You have a lot of ways to like recover. So you can literally just do like a quote suicide downer like off the stage, but then you could still easily recover with it right afterwards. So this downer might see quite a bit of use depending on like a low recovery, if it's unless you replace it with Thunder. But I do think one of the options to explore would be trying to downer people off stage and then just simply recovering. Definitely seems like one of the intended uses as well. Obviously, something like that is a lot riskier though. You better be sure you're landing it. This is more to catch people off guard, like, oh, they're trying to frame trap you, but then you go up and then down. His grab, by the way, is frame 7, and his dash grab is frame 10, which is pretty standard stuff. As well as the grab and dash grab being standard. Forward throw sends it at a low angle. Back throw seems to be the same thing, maybe a little stronger. Hard to say. It just sends at a low angle. And low angles are good, because you usually want to put them to the ledge or off stage anyway. Doesn't really seem like any of these are kill throws, unless maybe back is, but probably not. Yeah, it looks like it's just base knock. This one looks like one of those moves they make base knockback and low angle, so pretty similar. Doesn't look like it scales that much on damage, but we'll see. And then up and down throw, of course, are for the combos. Up throw, and then you up air, and then auto cancel it to do frame traps. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Now, obviously, all that isn't true, but he's just showing off what you could do. And then down throw, simple combo. Down throw, maybe into a 3-hit combo or up airs. Probably something like that, maybe. But that's like the basic bread and butter. And then we'll talk about the special moves. Now, these are really interesting. So, this is really funny, because I was actually expecting them to do exactly this. It's funny, there's a game called Smash Flash, and they actually did the exact same thing. Not only with the 3-hit combo in the air where he floats, but also how they switch between the fire, thunder, and ice. Yes, I'm sorry, I don't have the memorized the alternate ways of saying them. But the fire, thunder, and ice variations, that they actually had it switch through them in a Smash Flash game, and I thought that's kind of cool, because that's exactly what they did here. And the funny thing is, I was actually talking about this even on streamer videos recently, that I expected them to do this, and they actually did, because those are like his staple, like standard, like attacks. Those are like the first 3 you get in the first Kingdom Hearts game, I believe. You get those 3, I think in that order, or maybe Thunder's. Yeah, I think it was that order, if I'm not mistaken. If not, Blizzard or Thunder was second and third. So we're going to talk about the fire first. You always start with the fire. Now, the fire is a frame 16 fireball. The rapidness of it, if you shoot continuous fireballs, every 36 frames apart. So it's like 0.6 seconds apart each. The total time is either 41 frames or less if you just shoot a fireball and then leave. This seems like it's going to be a really good online move and good at a distance to force an option. Now, Thunder, the Thunder move seems even better. This seems to start around frame... This is laggier and has bigger startup. It seems to start around frame 30, give or take a bit, from the top cloud, and then every 14 frames apart or so is another Thunder Beam, which goes down. This move has so much utility, because after it, around the... See, look, Sora's already recovered, and the third strike is like still coming down. See? Check this out. It seems like Sora's end lag is starting to end, and it seems like he's able to recover, give or take, now or almost now, and the Thunder's still ending. So this is something you could just set up early by just doing it a little sooner than you think you should, and then set it up so that the later part of the move gives you frame advantage for whatever mix-ups you want. I think Thunder is going to be his most utilized of the moves overall, in my opinion. It could be used in neutral. It could be used to get stage. It could be used for ledge trapping, and it goes below stage. It could be used for edge guarding. So it's incredible utility. In my personal opinion, most likely going to be the best of the 3. Having Thunder on could always be good. But make sure you cycle on which one you want. For example, if you were on Ice last, you got to cycle into Thunder. So you have to use Fire before getting to Thunder, for example. Then we have Blizzard. Blizzard is a frame 15 attack. And the total time, well, I don't know the exact total time, but it lingers for a minimum of 21 frames. I know that because of what I saw from from this. So it starts on 15, and it lasts at least 21 frames, which is quite a long time. Based on this, I think it could be really good for when you have like center, like for example ledge trapping. You just want to get like a ledge trap, some damage. I think those types of scenarios where they have like minimal options where they could go, it could be really good in those situations. By the way, the fireball or each thunder blast does about a little over 5 damage. And the ice, if all the hits hit, can do about 11 damage. Thunder can also combo it to itself 3 times. So the official names, Firaga, I'm probably going to say all these wrong and be made fun of, Thundaga, and Blizzaga. Oh, don't clap, I did it right. And you can see which one you're at over here, and right above his name. Yeah, and it keeps swapping. See, look. Ivysaur, watch the combo. 5 damage, and then bam, bam, bam. 5, 5, 5. And then I think the move stays staleness, because later you see it do 11 damage, but here, does 21 to 29.5. So that's obviously a lot less than 11. So I think the B move's stale. So if you stale Thunder, for example, it also stales the other moves. As I said, frame 16, 36 total time at 41 or less. 41 or less total time, frame 16 starting, and 36 frames between each fireball if you shoot many. Not too laggy. I feel like Soras are just going to spam. Honestly, I think this is going to be like the elite smash move. Like if you're fighting online, people are just going to spam this move. Because this move is buffed with input delay. You could probably, honestly, actually, now that I think about it, you could probably use this kind of like Wolf's Blaster too, where you dash away. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but like with the Wolf Blaster, it's often pretty good to do like a dash away B reverse shot from the ground. Because a lot of people like if Sora's standing here, a lot of people like to attack at that spot. So you can dash away and then do the B option, and then you could do like a dash away B reverse option. I think dash away B reverse would be really good for the fireball. Actually, probably all three. All three magics, the dash away B reverse should be good. So I actually think that could be a competitive use for it, especially if you have a platform protecting you. Yeah, obviously that's not a combo, but he's just showing. He's just trying to show that, hey, there's not much lag. Look at this. They jump over it, but look, no lag. No lag for you. Yeah, this is the slowest one of them all. But if you have time to set up, it's very good. He's basically saying that it's designed to combo all three hits into each other. They actually made this. If you actually look at it again, they purposely designed it. The first cloud is lower to the ground. Watch. And then it goes higher. See? It's like 1, 2, 3. They made it so it combos into... They designed it specifically to combo into each other easily. They really wanted to make sure you could get a 3-hit combo easily. And in the air, it goes a little less distance. Probably to try to balance it. Although, I don't know if that's actually going to balance it. I think this is going to be a ridiculously good edge guard move. Well, depending on the angle it sends. We're going to see right now. So that's the F-tote. See, I like that F-tote. Now, Thunder. Right here, at first, see, look, right here. So it's go slow motion. And it clearly combos into each other really well. Look, 1, 2, 3. And Wolf just dies. Obviously, that's probably not going to be DI, but yeah. Pretty good. And he easily recovers. Really good for limiting options on edge guards. He has a lot of edge guards mix-ups. The fastest attack by 1 frame. And, as I said, probably going to be really good for ledge trapping. It's kind of like a better version of Ice... Honestly, this looks like a better version of the Ice Climber Blizzard attack. Well, if they were 1 Icy. Looks like a solid ice move. Just basically just get some damage in front of you. Get positional advantage and some damage. This is where I figured out... that it is active at least 21 frames. See, look, it looks like the move's over. Nope, not yet. Yeah, but of course, I could get it right away, but then they're above you, and that's good for Sora if they're above you. Yeah. Ice, basically, he's just saying that if you attack them when they're frozen, it does half damage. That's just the property of ice. Or you could wait for them to release from the ice and then attack, which is kind of have to guess when they're going to release. And it's basically going to show how you can reflect and absorb and pocket stuff. But Thunder doesn't really have to care about that. Well, not the reflection, at least. Also, Blizzard doesn't really care about things like buckets or heal buckets, but it's probably still heal the opponent a lot. So be aware of using this against like Ness and game outs and stuff, obviously. That's funny, shooting a snowflake back. He's just showing off the attacks. Then that up smash hit everyone. See what he's doing with the fireballs? This is what every online Sora is gonna do. And as you can see here, check this out. Check out this up smash. Check this out. Watch. This is how up smash really works. See what I want you to look at where the key is. You see what a key is? See how he's clearly already straightening out the key. So all he has to do is lift his arm up. Obviously, no matter what happens, his arm will not reach Bowser Jr. Just kidding. Haha, just kidding. Magic. So this is, well, check this out. So he puts him up there, and he just wants to get the thunder. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if the third hit, but you could see how that could be really good. I wonder how strong it is actually. But if up smash sends him that far, yeah, that's decent power. Especially if you jump off stage and use it successfully, that could be pretty good. And it goes below ledge too. I don't know if you guys noticed, but thunder actually goes below the ledge too, even when you're standing on stage. So it's probably even better when you jump off. See, it's going below stage, and that's when he's standing on stage. It's gonna be really important to remember which of the magic you're on when it goes from fire to thunder to ice over and over. It's gonna be important to like cycle through for the one you want. And he's of course, you know, there's other magic, but they didn't want to put them all in. They could have just made them all do an attack, but he probably thought it would be simpler and easier just to stick with the 3 attacks. There's like Aeroga, for example. It's like it increases your like defense, and there's like gravity and all these other things, right? But he didn't want to put all the magics in. He just wanted the 3 standard ones, which is kind of what I expected him to do. But they were both very possible opportunities, so he just made them taunts instead. Cure would have been pretty broken, though. To be fair, Cure would have been broken. Can you imagine just healing all the time? If it actually healed a decent amount like it does in a game, that would be ridiculously good. So that's probably one of the reasons for that decision. And Sonic Blade. This actually comes out on frame 17, and each of the three slashes is about 28 frames apart. Also, the arrow starts appearing on frame 28, and you have about like a 9 or 10 or so frame window to like aim it. It seems like, give or take, something like that. And you can use it. You go straight, and then you go whatever direction you want. But if you're nearby them and you mash, it homes in. So you go straight, and then whatever way you want. So he's going up right here, and then straight again. So he's going to have a lot of abilities to recover in many ways. See right here, he's basically saying this homes in. If you repeatedly mash the button, you automatically jump toward a nearby opponent with the button input from the second press onwards. It's going to homing attack if you mash at a close range. He's basically saying, watch out for SDs. He's saying the lock-on is extremely effective. So expect to see this online a lot too. You can also use this after up B. Also, I'm a little concerned about this particular option. So right here, maybe you could trick the opponent to like, see, normally Sora would want to go to the ledge, but I don't know if this is a homing. I don't know if this was him aiming at upright or if this was just at homing in on Ken. This could have been at homing in on Ken, or it could have been him just aiming the arrow upright. And it's because it's obviously better to go to the ledge because, see, he suffered landing lag. If Ken blocked that, he would be Sora would be screwed. He's basically saying just react and decide, make a decision based on what you think's the best. Then you have a lot of mix-ups in the air, basically. And it gets a little worse each time. Speed and distance decrease for each charge to discourage spamming. So spamming isn't broken. Same with the shield. Shield nerfs it a bit too. But the last one sent quite a bit away, so if it connects, it clearly sends away. Now this up B, he didn't show it hitting the beginning of the ground up B, but the fastest it could start is frame 9. It might be later than 9, but the soonest it could be is 9, from what I've seen. So it's either 9 or later. And if it is 9, that's really good, because that could be 1 frame. That's like 2 frames slower than Link's, 1 frame faster than Mithra's, in the best case scenario. So I hope the best case scenario happens, because I like up Bs. He's also comparing it to Link. Except, of course, he's floatier, so he's going to lag more in the air. Or you would think that, but he can actually do the side B afterwards. It's got great launch power. So you can use it kind of like Link, except it's safer. It's probably weaker. It's probably weaker than Link's, but it's also probably better overall because you can do the side B after. So if you don't use the side B, you're kind of screwed though. Up B, side B. Now I do wonder like how good that will be later, because like if you know their only mix up is side, if you know they're forced to side B to the side first, like they either up B and have a lot of lag, or they up B and go to the side. What if you just like waited for Sora to do his up B and then held shield for a small period of time so that he has to go in a straight line, and then just hit him before his second slash? On a competitive level, that might make it not quite as good. But then again, if you do miss an attack, you do deserve to get punished anyway. But yeah, he wants you to be able to side B into up B. Kind of gives like the Bayonetta vibes here. His double jump looks pretty goofy. He kind of like drifts up. He slowly goes up. It's kind of cool looking. It's kind of like Ness and Mewtwo in a way. It looks really cool. He's like floating in air. It's really cool looking. I like the aesthetics. That's so cool. It looks so fun. I'd love to do that in real life. Yeah, this is where he showed the down air. So look, so he throws him off stage, and one of many edge guard tools. If you haven't realized by now, Sora has tons of edge guarding tools. See, and that's a high chance of hitting or trading, which is good. A trade is good because you're going to kill the opponent a lot of the time. See, and then you're going to recover. And a lot of his moves send nicely to the side, which is really good. Yeah, see, do you see how long that lasted? Look at this. Look how early he did the down air. Look how early this is. And it still hit him. That was a really long time later. And then you up B and you don't have to care. And that's the nair. And he's going to do a fair now. I wonder if the fair combo is stronger than the nair. I know the first hit is. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much which one. Fair is probably easier to hit overhead. Let's look one more time, just to see. Let's look at the nair compared to the fair. Here's the nair. And it's fair because it's overhead. And also to kill. His nair to shield might be, actually his nair to shield might be pretty good too. It'd be like a frame 10 out of shield and start overhead. But the thing is, it might be safe in the sense that like you just nair backwards or something, and if it bounces off their shield or it confirms off hits, there might be some like safety to it. Kind of like Joker's nair to shield. It's not the fastest, for example, but it's like safe overall. You know, I'm thinking it might be similar to Sora possibly. Wait, did the nair just miss and it still did the combo? Oh right, yeah. So his nair apparently. So yeah, this right here in this example, you could see. This example shows proof that like you can miss your nair. You don't need to hit the opponent in order to do this. So as long as you're holding it or mashing it, you still go to the second slash. It's not like moves that require you to connect it. Some moves in the game require you to connect it. This one does not. You just do it at any time. And you can basically he's just showing you can basically be off stage forever. So like this, nair 3-hit combo. And a nair hit 3-hit combo could have also been fair, and you just live and then you up B, just live forever basically. Of course, Banjo didn't have to get hit by that, but yeah, he's always showing you F tilting off. Oh, and the counter. By the way, his counter is frame 7, but if you look at the angle is really generous. This is obviously with no DI, but this angle is crazy. If you counter somebody's edge recovery, they're dead. Now, it's probably not going to have like a broken hitbox in the way that Sephiroth and Joker's Arsene has a broken hitbox on their counter, but it's probably the best angle of all counters in the game. So if you successfully land the counter, it should be like death for the opponent because of the angle that it sends, which is really good for Sora. You probably can't stand on stage and do it, though. It probably will miss. It won't be like Sephiroth's in that way. Sephiroth's actually goes slightly below ledge. Sora's almost definitely does not, in my guess, is my opinion. But as I said, if it hits, it's deadly. And it talked later about it how it was like a 1.4 multiplier on projectiles, but it didn't. It doesn't reflect. It's just stuff for free falls and stuff. See, super low angle, super far away. And it shows Pyramifera doing 20 and 30 damage. He's basically talking about how the animation. And the opponents lose their balance. Some animation, visual stuff. Probably also to make it sure it's guaranteed. Slow motion. And then he's basically showing here 20 and 30 damage here from the F smashes, which is obviously quite a bit more than the original attacks do. It's like 1.5, probably 1.4. And also, he cannot counter behind him. It's important to note that he doesn't counter behind him. But in a 1v1, that doesn't matter most of the time. But yeah, they probably did that to like try to balance it in some way. And or be true to the games. And this probably doesn't matter in singles. It kind of just lets it keep going. It's basically, hey, your projectile, now I'm going to keep going the same way, but it's now stronger. Just making for funny free-for-all interactions. Kind of like this. And then he's gonna show in a match different types of moves. And it's basically saying how it's similar to the actual game, which I've played the game finally, and it seems true so far. Oh, and by the way, let's talk about the stage real quick. Yo, what do you guys think of the stage? What do you guys think of the stage? I know this is not a stage video, and I'll get to that when it actually comes out. But this stage looks beautiful. This kind of reminds me of like, you know, dude, doesn't this kind of give you like the Battlefield vibe? Like in Battlefield Ultimate, how it's that giant waterfall down there? Now I know this is, yes, it's from the Kingdom Hearts games, but coincidence or not, it does give me the idea of like, oh, how Battlefield had this exact same water and going down like that. It's kind of cool. And obviously, it's a very beautiful stage. And this is kind of like a bigger Smashville. It's kind of like FD, but with the Smashville platform. This is basically bigger Smashville, in a way. Like, wider Smashville. I can't tell off first impression if this is bigger than FD or not. But it's pretty standard-sized stage with a platform in the middle. This could possibly... I feel like there's a high chance something like this could be neutral, depending on the ceiling, Let's to Blast Zone size, and details of it. I do think people should be more open-minded of stages. On that note, I actually made a stage list video. If you guys want to check on the MVG channel, in the recent videos, I actually made a stage list video, which I talked about all the stages. You guys should give that a look. And I've pretty much come to an idea of what stages I do think should be allowed or not. Obviously, I'm more open-minded than most. This isn't about that though, but I'm going to leave this running because these are some beautiful graphics real quick before they get into the final fight in just a minute. Because this does look really cool. Makes you want to play the game again. Well, I'm going to continue it anyway, the playthrough. It's been fun so far. Has cool, nice vibes to it. Oh, and this is super cool. They have a thing where if you're on your last stock or like the end of a battle, the background changes. It makes it more epic and stuff, you know? I think that's really cool. It's so cool that happens. And basically going to show the characters appearing. Cool graphics. Yeah, and for online, obviously you can make it different in case you just want to use the background. And then to end it off, we're going to see it in a fight. But he's going to use stamina mode for some reason. And is going to show off his moves in real fight. By the way, interestingly enough, Sakurai totally forgot to talk about Sora's dash attack. I don't know if this was totally a mistake on Sakurai's end, but he usually mentions all their attacks, but he did not mention dash attack. However, we do see some footage of it here. Right here. We actually get to see, this is, if you watch him, This is a frame 7 dash attack. And it looks pretty darn good, too. Watch. Because, look, it looks like it's active for a long time. Right here. That looks pretty active. And the total time isn't that much either. This looks, you know how Mario, like Mario's dash attack is really good to like 2-frame somebody who's grabbing the ledge? I really do think Sora's dash attack will have a similar property. And it's true that he doesn't run the fastest, but his dash attack itself as a standalone move is faster than most dash attacks. It is faster, and it will probably have good properties for 2-framing. And I feel like having these tools makes it one of the better dash attacks in the game. That's my opinion on that. So he has quite a bit of good moves, in my opinion. Besides down smash, which I feel kind of indifferent about, most of his moves seem quite a bit above average. Oh, and oh yeah. Also, the way he moves in the air, check this out. He's basically showing like a rising. Look, he does an aerial and then he's like double jumping. So let's check this out in slow motion. So we can see this. So right here, he does double jump into a rising aerial. But look, it's kind of like Mewtwo. He's like Mewtwo and Ness in the way he jumps. See. Just rising in the air like that. I think that's pretty cool. There's not many characters who do that. Like Mewtwo, Ness, Yoshi, kinda. Super floaty character. And then if the uppy hits, I wonder... This always is a true combo. So right here, the uppy hits... It looked like it was going to true combo. Like, guaranteed. Oh, the fireball. As you can see here, the fireball does not have that much range. Look at this. The fireball already... Oh, my God. The fireball already disappeared. It only goes a little over half the stage. Like, 60% of the stage. No, 50%. 50% of this stage? Because if, like, from here to here is about the same as from here to here. It only goes half the stage length. So I guess fireball's not quite... That's actually a good thing, because it forces Sora to actually like be at least a certain distance away from the enemy. You can't just stay full stage. So you want to be at least half stage with Sora. Oh, right here, this one missed actually. Look, they showed an example of the uppy hitting right here. But then he does the uppy, but it has to go straight at first. See the uppy, I don't know if it always... See, that's kind of weird, because like he did mention how like the uppy, like the side B, I mean, the side B goes straight line, but then the homing attack missed after the uppy. Yeah, then he snaps his fingers and Sora dies. He's really floaty in the air. He's doing a double jump aerials. And then the final smash. I like how the background changes right here. It's kind of cool. You get locked away. But then he destroys you without shame. I love this final smash. Boom. Bye Earth. Nah, Sakura just wants to show off the cool final smashes. And showing off the thunder. And let's see how much damage that did. So that's the second hit. So it's like 2 and 3. So that was like 8 damage. So it's like if you get the 3-hit combo, it's actually not that much. It's only like a standard aerial. Like if you get all 3 hits in a combo, it's pretty much the standard aerial. I guess it's mostly for like being true to the game and positioning. It's not like particularly extremely damaging. Although it'd be pretty ridiculous if it was. And he wanted to finish it like that. And that's pretty much my Sora breakdown. So yeah. This is his approximate frame data of each move and my thoughts on each move based on what I've seen. I studied this for 2 hours before making this video, so I would be as prepared as I could be. So yeah, I hope you guys find this useful and informative. Expect many more videos to come, both of Smash Ultimate as well as Nickelodeon All-Star Bro. And I'm going to also be streaming Ultimate, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Metroid, and Kingdom Hearts as well on my Twitch channel if you guys are interested in following that. Twitch.tv/Mew2king. Give me a follow if possible, and consider subscribing to my channel on YouTube. I'm gonna be releasing a lot more YouTube content actually, as I said on all these games. So if you're interested in any of the games, please don't forget to click subscribe, click the bell icon, like the video, comment, share, and all that. That'll always help out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Before I forget, check the YouTube description below. I'm gonna have like a little Google Doc or something of like his frame data and stuff, just like a rough idea. It could be off by a little bit, just to give a rough idea of my thoughts. If you want it in that format. There's also some other stuff there if you're interested in checking it out. I also am going to be doing coaching. I also do coaching for Ultimate. I'm going to be doing it for Nickelodeon as well and other games. So if you want to check out Metafy.gg, you can. The link is also in the YouTube description. So check that out before leaving. With that all said, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next video.